What up, YouTube? Happy Sunday. What is today? October, I don't know, guys. I think it's October. Let me look right quick. October the 16th. Happy Sunday. Just went and got a nice haircut. Me and the wife about to go out and have some lunch and just chill out for the rest of the day, man. I got a busy week next week, business-wise. It was a busy week this week, but busy is good, especially when you're making profit. So today, guys, what I want to talk about, is marketing. I got a good question. Somebody said, well, how much should you spend on marketing? And guys, it varies. It varies from your geographic location. It varies from who you're marketing to, how many competitors, or how many other companies you have that offer the same services. So it's a lot of things that plays a big part of how much money you should spend on marketing. Okay, but just to throw out a few numbers, I'm going to say anywhere from 10 to 25%. So, for example, in the carpet cleaning industry, a lot of cleaners asking me, well, Courtney, how much should I spend on marketing? And I said, well, how much you trying to make? And of course, for most of us, we're trying to make as much as possible. So cleaners say, oh, I want to make $20,000 a month, in revenue, so $20,000 a month. You're gonna have to spend anywhere from 10 to I'm gonna say 10 to up to 25% of that to possibly, and it's not a guarantee, guys. This is the thing with marketing. This is the thing with business. Everybody thinks it's a guarantee. Oh, if I spend some money on marketing, yeah, I'm just going to get all these customers. And unfortunately, guys, it just doesn't always happen that way. So in business wise, it's like going to a casino. It is a gamble. Okay, just because you go to the casino with $1,000 doesn't mean you're going to come out with 10,000. Just because you go in with 10,000 doesn't mean you're going to come out with 100,000, even 20,000. You might go in with 10,000 and come out with nothing. Okay, and business is the same concept. It's a gamble because so much more goes into it than just putting some money in marketing. But that's where it starts. Okay, there's companies who do not have the best services. They don't have the best products, but they continue to stay in business and sell services and sell products. Why? Because they spend money on marketing. They might not have a high return on repeat customers and referrals and people spreading their name, but they do have a high return on new customers because there's always new customers, guys. So the thing about when it comes to marketing, again, I have what I call pay to play. Okay, you gotta be able to pay to play. And a lot of people have what I call unrealistic expectations. Okay, they want to make $20,000 a month, but they only want to spend $500 a month. Like, that is not realistic, guys. If it was, don't you think we'll all be doing it? Okay, there's companies out there that spend thousands and millions of dollars on marketing. Okay, but for some reason, some of us who are starting out, we're small businesses, no one knows who we are. We feel like we're the ones that don't have to spend money on marketing, and unfortunately, guys, that's just not realistic. Now, again, like I said earlier, it can play a big part, or your on your location. Where are you located? You might live in an area where there might not be a lot of companies that might offer the service. Okay, you might live in an area where it's a small area, so it doesn't take a lot to get your name out. I can't speak for that because I'm in the metro Atlanta area, and there's a lot of companies in these areas. But what I figured out is, one thing is finding a way to make yourself stand out, finding a way to make yourself unique. Second, spending money on marketing. For example, I remember when I first revamped my carpet cleaning business, I was telling some of my colleagues at the time that I was going to do Google AdWords, and most of them did not recommend it, and because most of these guys were strictly doing Craigslist. Craigslist was really popular back in the day. Why? Because it was free. Okay, so when it's free, that's where everybody, I'm not gonna say everybody, but that's where a lot of people who don't want to spend money, they like to go to the free resources. Not realizing it's it's temporary. It's not gonna last long. So I told myself, I said, when I revamped my business, I said, what I started doing is teaching myself how to think for myself, not always listening to everybody else, because listening to everybody else can steer you into the wrong direction. So I said, you know what, I'm going to go off the whim and start doing this AdWords things myself. And back then, guys, I actually taught myself how to do AdWords. I went and bought a book from Barnes and Nobles called AdWords for Dummies. I read that book, I studied that book, and I started running my own AdWords campaign. Well, most of the guys who was telling me not to do AdWords, these guys were spending like $10, 20 bucks a day, okay? And I said, you know what I'm going to do, I start off with $50, okay? $50 a day. And guess what, guys? I started getting leads. Those leads turned into sales, which turned it into jobs. So I said, okay, if I'm getting this with 50, let's bump it up a little bit more. So I bumped it up to 75. Next thing you know, guys, it got to a point where I was spending 125 bucks a day, okay? So why was I successful, doing AdWords and the other guys were not? Because again, pay to play. I was spending more money to get leads. Look at it this way. The more money you spend on your marketing, the more eyes you have seeing you, okay? So let's say if you spending 10 bucks a day, 10 bucks a day, let's say you got 1,000 eyes, okay? That saw you. Now let's do the math. What if you spent 100 bucks a day? Okay, and times that by the 1,000 eyes that looked at you when you were spending $10 a day. So the more people that you can have seeing you raises your chances of getting prospects, leads, and sales. And guys, it's that simple. So anyway, man, I just want to put it out there. You got to be, if you want to make money in your business, if you want to be profitable, if you want to get leads, and again, I'm not saying this is guaranteed, but I can just say this is what worked for me. You got to be willing to spend money on marketing and be realistic with your marketing dollars. All right, guys, see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.